Greetings friends, it's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush and another collage I worked on this past week. This one is this darling little girl with the top of her head cut off. But you know, we know she has a top to her head, it's been established. I gave her a dark green background first thing. Using my torn paper, lots of pieces from old calendars, and some pieces from magazines. Whatever works, whatever fits. You can see I always start with a drawing. And halfway through this, well, you know, when I finish the background, I'm going to stand back and kind of look. And I saw that the eye over here on the left side is a little bit low. And so before I started working on the face, I drew the eye a little higher. You'll see when we switch to the next clip. See, the eye's a little higher now. Give her head the right tilt. Sometimes you've got to stand back and just evaluate your drawing to see if there's anything the slightest bit off. Now, some of these pieces I actually got in a mail, what do you call it, a flyer, an advertising that came in the mail. It was a really nice heavy piece of postcard type paper, advertising the measure that they want us to vote on for the zoo, but it had just the right value and colors that I wanted, so I used it. And why not? There's lots of things going on today. Noises in the backyard, noises with the dog. Doesn't take much to set her off. Because the light is coming, I think the light is coming from the left, but it doesn't matter. She's in shade enough that she's getting reflected light from both sides of her face, and that's the hard part, where I've got to figure out how can we make the reflected light appear reflected. So I used a different color. I've used blue, or very pale blue, as my reflected light, and then on one side and yellow on the other, and then decided, well, I think the blue is too light, and I changed it to a very pale purple. Although I think the yellow is really working. Now, I realize nobody's face is orange and red, but the values work here, and so you don't even notice that I've used orange. And you know, when you stand back and you look at the overall image, it appears to flow because the value is correct. I've got to cut the piece for the inner ear just right so that it looks like an ear. And then give it that highlighted reflective light, the blue, in just the right areas. And there's her earring. Time for eyebrows. And my husband is still mowing in the backyard. Now I realize the whites of her eyes look way too white, but that's actually a very pale gray that I used. Maybe I should have made it more gray. It almost looks too white. And you can see there in the the lower right hand side, this is an old Avon calendar or Avon catalog that I'm using for parts with the purple and pink. Because it says lowest price $5.99. And I may have torn all the pieces for the background, but obviously you can tell I am cutting the pieces very carefully for her face, so there's no rough, white, fringy edges. And I thought at first the purple that I used for her upper lip wouldn't work, but it works very well. So I went to my daughter's house for Mother's Day, and one of my granddaughters gave me some silk flowers, and I said, "Oh, these are so lovely, thank you, Ivy." And she said, "They're fake." Yes, they are. It's the she said it. Oh, what a darling kid. So as you can see, there it is, all finished. I put in a few words. Something that had meaning for me, like joy and perfect. I put in a few images, like the little African children over in her hair and this lady in between her eyes. And there it is, all finished. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed watching my collage method. And I do hope you come again and check out some of my links and my website and some of my other videos. Give me a thumbs up, it really helps my channel. Bye everyone, have a great week. See you next time.